This is the first time in Thai political history that an acting Prime Minister has led a new cabinet to take its oath of office before His Majesty the King. In the past 5 years, Thailand has seen 3 people serve as acting Prime Minister. General Prawit Wongsuwan became acting Prime Minister in August 2022, when Prayut Chan-o-cha was suspended by the Constitutional Court over the dispute about his 8-year term limit. Phumtham Vechayachai briefly took over the top seat in August last year, after Setha Thavisin was ousted by the court for appointing a convict as a minister. Most recently, when the court suspended Paetongtarn Shinawatra from her duties as a Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister and Transport Minister Surya Jungrungrungkit became acting Prime Minister for just 3 days. In fact, Phumtham Vechayachai would have assumed the role of acting Prime Minister immediately after Paetongtarn's suspension was ordered, as he was first in line. Due to a legal technicality over the status of the new cabinet, he was deemed ineligible though. Under the current rules, his previous positions as Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister has ended, but he had not yet been formally sworn in as a Deputy Prime Minister and Interior Minister in the new cabinet. As a result, Surya, who was the next in line, was appointed. On July the 3rd, the duties of acting Prime Minister were assigned to Phumtham Vechayachai, Deputy Prime Minister and Interior Minister, after swearing the oath. He was chosen due to his long-standing association with the Shinawatra family and as one of Thaksin's most trusted allies, having worked closely with him for decades.
Prior to
legal expert, Associate Professor Dr. Chet Thonavanik says an acting Prime Minister has most of the powers of a Prime Minister, but not all. He explains that an acting Prime Minister cannot seek permission from the monarch to dissolve the parliament or sign international treaties, which remain the responsibility of an elected Prime Minister. Dr. Chet warns, though, that the acting Prime Minister must avoid giving the impression that Paetongtarn is still in the driving seat.
He must not in any way allow Kun Paetongtarn to perform the Prime Minister duty directly, indirectly, explicitly, and implicitly. How can an implicit action be done by Kun Paetongtarn as Prime Minister? For example, if acting Prime Minister, oh, Minister of Culture, what do you think? Minister of Culture, what do you think? Minister of Culture, what do you think? This is not normal. In an ordinary session, only if something relates to that particular ministry, then the Prime Minister will ask the minister, or each minister who has something to say will take it up to a discussion. But it will be odd for the Prime Minister to ask the Minister of Culture over and over. Don't forget that the Constitutional Court temporarily suspend her as her for the action of Prime Minister, right? But not for the action of Minister of Culture. So if you send an appointment to her to act as the Prime Minister, then you set her in trouble.
Looking ahead, what's next for Thai politics if Paetongtarn returns or if she doesn't? Dr. Chet has assessed that the Pheu Thai party can still nominate Chaikasem Nitisiri in the event that a new Prime Minister is needed. If not, he thinks that all House members would have to resign. Either way, the outcome would be a general election.
On the side of the coalition now, you get Kun Chaikasem, then you have to lock whichever Prime Minister who will come to promise to the country that he or she will only stay for 3 or 6 months, then dissolve the parliament to set new election. That's what can be done first. Second, let's say if there's no more of person to become a selection to be elected as Prime Minister, all of the House members should take action to resign. Once they resign, it will come back to Article 5 that I said. It's customary law that we have to go for election. Then the Election Commission should so ask the Constitutional Court, sir, madam, can we as Election Commission set date and prepare for an election? The Constitutional Court, with respect, would say, yes, fine, you do it. Then an election can be had, right?
For now, the Constitutional Court has given Paetongtarn 15 days to submit her defense. Until then, all eyes are on the acting Prime Minister at an uncertain time of political, economic, and sovereignty issues.